God, it was hot. I was sweating buckets. So one way to lose weight, I suppose. When I was in the petrol station, I had to strip off. As I say, sun's out, bun's out. Morning, folks. I'm back. And I'm sure you're all asking, what's been happening, Grumps?
What's been happening, Grumps?
Well, I took a little bit of a sabbatical, so to speak. I'm on annual leave, because I just got some time off from work. And, getting warm already. I could be out filming, doing loads of YouTube stuff and reviews and all sorts, seeing the weather's beautiful. Could be making the most of it, but I'm not. I decided to have a little break. My God, it's hot today. When I was in the petrol station, I had to strip off, not literally. I'd take my jacket off, although it's a mesh jacket. I had the waterproof liner in thinking, well, it might get a bit chilly. No, definitely not. God, it was hot. I was sweating buckets. So one way to lose weight, I suppose. Hey ho, never mind, liner's out. As I say, sun's out, bun's out. Woohoo! I've been on a bit of a sabbatical. That's a posh word for having a break. Basic reason, I've been slightly overdoing it. Excuse me. I booked some time off this week to have a rest, and I thought to myself, do you know what, I think I'm going to have a break from YouTube and everything. The main reason being that it was losing its fun. I was spending far too much time worrying about using two cameras and different editing software, things which just weren't working, and it was just winding me up, and the quality of my videos was dropping. You lot, my viewers, you come to my channel to watch my videos in your own time, and the least I can do is try and produce reasonable quality videos. That's not what I was doing. I also decided a long time ago that YouTube is just a hobby. I have no intention of getting anywhere with it. I'm not going to be the next Teapot One or Missing and Flyer or whatever. Far from it. I'm quite happy doing it as a bit of a hobby, a bit of fun. Nothing more, nothing less. So I thought, do you know what, I'm going to have a break. Because I know what I'm like. I get stressed out and wound up quite easily. I do suffer with stress, anxiety, depression, and things like me not producing the right kind of video or things not going right do stress me out. I shouldn't allow it to do that to me, but it does. Got a week off. I've not been filming, not been doing much on Facebook, etc. And I feel a whole lot better for it. So the normal service will resume. Hiya! I'm back again. Yeah, so, as I said earlier, who am I? What do I do? And why? If you're at all interested. Well, basically I go by the name of Grumps. This is because my grandkids call me Grumps. My oldest girl, who had the first grandchild, decided to call me Grumps when the baby was born. Although she didn't know at the time. Bear with me, just gotta go through this junction. Yep, we're all okay. Yeah, she didn't know at the time that's what my nephews and nieces used to call my father, Grumps. So I thought it was quite good, that, quite chuffed, and the name has stuck. So that's the nickname I use. I go by the nickname of Grumps, Grumps Fox. As you kind of figured, because you're watching it, I run a YouTube channel called Grumps Rides, and it's a hobby. I go out, I film stuff, things that I find interesting or fun. I go home, I edit it, scream and shout at the laptop a lot, eventually produce a video which Mrs. Grumps looks at and tells me if it's rubbish or not. Not very often. She's kind of my chief editor, I suppose you could call it. A very agricultural area here, so we're playing around with tractors at the moment. No dramas, I'm on the brine, so I'm in no rush. Yeah, Mrs. Grumps sort of proof watches the video before I put it on YouTube. I chuck it up on YouTube and we see what happens. On Facebook, unfortunately, I have to use my real name because somebody complained that my name was rude or abusive, or I don't know what the hell it was. But Facebook won't let me change my name to a nickname. I have to use my real name. Anyway, that's Facebook for you. Yeah, that's how it come about. That's why I'm called Grumps. As far as Facebook goes, as I mentioned before, I run 2 Facebook channel pages for motorbikes. The one is called Motorbike Rides in Wales, in brackets mostly, and that is information based on places to go, basically. We ask our members to post up information on rides they've done, doesn't matter how long or short it is or where they go, or their daily commute or something, whatever interests them. Bung it up on a page, give us some details, tell us what it's like, if it's a run, where is there food, toilets, etc. What kind of road is it suitable for sports, bikes, tourers, whatever. The idea is to share the information. Now my other page is called Rideouts and Events in Wales, in brackets mostly, and just like Motorbike Rides, it's 6 years old this month. It's a great way of sharing things like events that are happening, shows, parties, even funeral escorts. That was the plan. Again, share the information, build a biking community, and it's pretty much worked. So both pages, I think Motorbike Rides is now on something like 3,000 odd members, and Rideouts on 2,000, 2002 or something, I honestly can't remember. So yeah, it's worked well, and it continues working because of the massive help I get from the admin team, because I'm useless with computers, and between us we all keep an eye on the page and keep it running the way we want it to be run. We haven't changed anything in 6 years, nor will we. So yeah, if you fancy having a look at them, please do go ahead. Those are my Facebook pages. Why do I do all this? Why do I run YouTube channels? Why do I have Facebook pages to do with the bikes? It's because bikes are my life. Everything I do involves motorbikes, pretty much, apart from my job. I love riding my bikes all year round, no matter what the weather. I get bored and annoyed if I can't go out on the bike. The bikes are quite literally everything for me. It's a way of life, it's not a hobby. It's not something I do on weekends or on a sunny Sunday. Some do, and there's nothing wrong with that. Not everyone wants to ride every day like me. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But I choose to ride all year round, in all weathers, etc. One of the other things I do with my YouTube channel, as you'll know, is I do motorcycle reviews. I've been very lucky that M&P in Cardiff, especially Richard the salesman, asked me would I like to review a couple of their bikes for the channel. Yeah, I'd love to. Basically it's content from my channel. and obviously free advertising for M&Ps. No dramas, I'm happy with that. I did explain to them from day one that I would take a bike out, same as you or anybody else would, for what is effectively a test ride for a couple of hours. I'll ride it around, I will give my opinions on what I think, and they are only my opinions, and I'll give the facts as I can find them on Google or whatever, as to like weights and power and price, etc. Which is why I always say to everyone, please check the details, make sure you've got the correct information, because I may have got it wrong. But any comments and views are mine and mine alone. The only connection I have with the shop itself is that Mrs. Grumps does work for the company, for M&P Motorcycles, and I've bought a couple of bikes from them. I've had a few bikes off them, but that's the only connection. I don't get sponsored for my YouTube channel, I don't get paid for it, I don't have patrons or anything like that. It's just me on my own doing my own thing. Now, I have had a good mate of mine offer some very good advice and suggest a contact who could help me massively build the channel, and I really do appreciate that, mate. You know exactly who you are and who I'm on about. But for the time being, I'm going to stay as I am, because I'm happy as I am. In due course, in future, I may change my mind, in which case I will look into the information that you gave me. But for the time being, I'm leaving things well alone, as they are, because it works for me. But thank you all, really appreciate you coming along and watching. I hope you haven't minded me babbling along for God knows how long I've been babbling. I do prattle on sometimes, as Mrs. Grumps would say, what do you mean sometimes? But normal service will resume, back to my usual, whatever standards you want to call it, of filming, editing and whatnot, videos, a bit of fun, so on and so forth. Now, all that remains to be said, and it is the most important part of the video in some ways, is be safe, ride safe and have fun. Oh yeah, and of course, for Mrs. Grumps especially,